Agents, entrepreneurs, leaders, people becoming more than they were yesterday.
Monday through Friday we rise. We win the morning, we win the mind. Faith over fear, pressure into purpose, confidence built through the work. Something good is gonna happen to me. Something good is gonna happen to me. I don't need all the answers, I just need belief. Becoming who I'm called to be, making impact bigger than me. God first, doubt steps back. When it gets heavy, we figure it out. You're not here by accident, you're part of the story. Stepping strong, stepping faith. Let's get your mindset right.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning to you all. Sherry's on her little walk right there. Who am I going to see on video today? Who am I going to see? Monica is here. Chet, Fran in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning. Why is it now I was telling Chet about his microphone, and now my microphone doesn't seem to want to do what I want it to do over here. So I don't know why I can't. All right. This should be better. Does that sound better? Sound different? Yeah. Sounds better. A little bit better. Okay. Chet's it's hard to please. It's hard to please Chet. He'll give you like an inch. That's about it. So I'll take that as a compliment. I will. What up, Jesse? Good morning to you.
I'll give you a foot. It sounds just like you.
Oh, see, John Hart. John Hart's that like when I need like positive love, that's the guy you go to right there, John Hart. Fred's another one of those people too. Like I bet I could tell Fred like I did something really bad, and he would say, you know what, God still loves you, and God still cares about you, and you're a good guy, and like he'd just really be nice. Chat be like, yeah, get over here. Let me really lean into you, tell you a couple things. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning to you, and good morning. I got two Jennifers on here. Dennis, D. What up, D? Today's a coaching day, so I see several of you today. So for those of you interested in group coaching, today's your group coaching opportunity. That's a shameless plug. That's a shameless plug. I'll call it out when I see it. I'll call it out when I see it. So good morning to you all. Good morning to you. At about 2 minutes ago when I sat down yesterday, guys, let's give a quick little prayer and love to Jay. Jay, thank you for being here. I hope you're feeling better. God's going to bless you and keep you healthy. She has the flu all. And for those of you that were on yesterday, you knew that at about 8:15, I went online and found out she had the flu. And so I was scrambling a little, Jay. I was scrambling a little bit. So I was very excited when I saw your beautiful background this morning because I was like, Jay is here. Thank goodness. So I was like, whew, Jay is here. And as I was getting myself ready and I was like, Jay is here. Then Justine sends me a text, Brock, don't kill me. I'm at this attorney's office dealing with the situation, but don't kill me. So I was just like, no, that's not a problem. We'll figure it out. So 30 seconds as the countdown was going and the music was playing, I was trying to figure out what the hell am I going to tell everybody while Bryce is nipping in my ear asking me if he can go on a scooter ride right now. So that's what we call, and Fran sometimes sends me these text messages saying, what do you got going on today? And I'm like, Fran, I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to start, but we're going to figure it out today. I got a couple things I was going to do. And so I opened up my affirmation that happened to be on here. It was July 30th, needless to say. And I opened it up and it was kind of very similar to what I was going to do in a post that I had. So unintentionally, maybe that's what God wants me to talk about today. And so I'm going to lean into a little bit of that, and then we'll see where the conversation goes. And maybe some of you on here today will ask me some questions about a little bit about my business and what I have going on, um, and maybe it'll trigger something to you. I don't know. We're gonna take it from there. But you know what? Enough dogs. And then I got these dogs. Love them. So because it's a Thursday and I'm leading, we're gonna do the affirmation. And I hope it's freaking better than it was on Tuesday, because Tuesday's all was just not really very exciting. I'm gonna be honest with you all. It wasn't not good at all. So everybody come off of mute, come off of mute. I know it's Thursday. You weren't prepared for this, but guess what? I wasn't prepared for it either. And you'll figure it out this morning. On the count of three, we're all going to say it together with love, feelings of Fran, you're not even on mute, Fran. Fran's not even on mute. I'm watching you, Fran. Get on mute, unmute everybody. On the count of three, we're all going to say it together. 1, 2, and 3.
Something good is going to happen to me. Something good is going to happen to me.
There's a couple of you in here that really said it with purpose. You were kind of like pissed even when you said it. You're like, you know what? I'm going to show him. I'm going to really give him a little. You know what? He called me out. I'm going to really give it. So for those of you that really did that, I felt it over here. I think Jessie was one of them and got really hot and heavy too with it. She was really leaning in. I could tell. She was. So guys, today's message. I'll read the devotion. It says, of course, there is no formula for success except perhaps an unconditional acceptance of life and what it brings. So I feel God really wanted me to share this message with you. Somebody here today needed to hear this message. So if it's you, if you're trying to multitask, if you're doing something else, and if you're kind of trying to figure yourself out in life and you're going through some challenging times, I really want you to pay attention to today. I'm going to read this again because there's a word in here that really struck me. And I want you, when I read this, I want you to figure out and think of the word that maybe I'm thinking or a word that came out to you. Okay. So that means you got to get your fingers ready. Chet's always in that arm cross position. So you're going to need your fingers for this to go into your typing. Okay. Everybody get your thumbs out. For those driving, be safe, But I want you to write the word that came out to you and see if it matches the word that came out to me. Of course, there is no formula for success except perhaps an unconditional acceptance of life and what it brings. What word resonated with you? What word resonated with you on here? I normally would grab myself something to sip, but I ran over here this morning and I didn't even bring a drink, so I can't even sip on something while you guys are writing. Let's see what we got. Perseverance. Some of you I gotta look to see. Well, Monica, perseverance wasn't even in there. Perseverance wasn't even in the statement. So that was good, but I was looking for the word in the statement here. Acceptance. Oh, we got a couple acceptance. Unconditional. There's always the go-getters. They give you 2 words. They want to give you 2 words. So we got unconditional acceptance. She's cheating. She wants both of them. Now those that are chiming in, they're like, what did everybody put? Let's see. Accept. Unconditional. Some of you aren't playing the game well. Some of you are just like, I don't have any problems, Brock, so I didn't get any word. Okay, maybe if that's you, I need to talk to you because I got to figure out how you're getting no problems. Formula. There's Fred. Fred wants 2 words. So the word that I picked unconditional. And so the reason why I picked unconditional is because we don't get to choose how our life is going to play out sometimes. We don't get to pick and choose the good, the bad, how long it's going to last, when we can get in it, when we can get out of it. We don't, it is unconditional. How many of you drop a yes or a yes in the chat? Drop a yes in the chat if you've heard of unconditional love, that you've given somebody unconditional love. And I gotta believe that unconditional love means that you will love that person no matter what takes place. Now, I like to believe, Manuel, that we have unconditional life. And what that means is, well, when things are going good, I feel good. When things are going bad, I'm going to feel bad. When my bank account's good, then I'm good. When my bank account's bad, I'm bad. Blah, blah, blah. We go based off of the external conditions on how we want to feel today. Now, I'm going to be a little vulnerable with something. I made a pact to myself that I will not sell any stock. I will not pull out of my savings account. And I will have to deal with the shit and the finance problems I have no matter what, because I tend to have a discipline problem that when things go bad, I pull from that. It's my safety net. Okay. Drop a 5 in the chat if you're all willing for me to be like, just be pretty raw with you, and literally something that happened to me within these 6 months. Okay. Because I'm going to share this with you because I want to really help somebody today. I truly want to help somebody today. I talk to a lot of you. I talk to like a lot of people that like family. I there's a lot of people, and I'm blessed. And I think it's because the life coach that I this resume, this title that I portray myself as is just I've been through a lot of shit. So I told you my first 6 months of real estate was probably the worst 6 months I've had in 10 years for whatever reason. I hold true and stay committed that if I tell myself something, I got to freaking go through it no matter what. So I really was struggling because I have a large expense each month. My business, working with my team, keeping the average quo, where I live, my lifestyle, my child support to do this. Between my child support and my rent, and my kids' activities, it's typically about $5,700 a month, and I haven't even put any food in my mouth yet. And so I've been playing this game. I've been really trying really, really hard. And I told myself, I even got it right here because I keep these things. This is a letter from the courthouse that I have. And I was getting evicted because I didn't pay my rent, because I had to make some hard choices. And this just happened just in these last 6 months on. And I made a commitment that I'm not going to pull out of certain accounts because maybe some of the things that God wants me to do is I have to go through this and I have to grow through this. Because if we say we're disciplined, if we say that we are going to do what we're going to do, but when things start going bad, we start to go off the path of least resistance and we go back to that point. Well, we come up with these ideas and justifications in my head. You want to know what the difference is between the good and the great? And I'm not saying I'm great, but I'm striving to be great. I'm striving to be in the top 3%. You got to do the shit you don't want to do. And you got to go through that pain and you got to go through that agony. And so I had to make some really hard decisions. And I said, I'll just deal with the eviction. I've been evicted before. I've had it happen to me before. So it really was just like, well, not that bad. I got evicted before. I was drunk as a skunk. I was doing some bad things. I was living in places I shouldn't live. I didn't really typically even have a house. I was kind of house hopping. I said, at least I got myself together. And the reason why I say it is because how many of you been on the show with me the last 6 months? Drop a me in the chat if you've been on the show at least one time in the last 6 months. And I've ever once not shown up to y'all. And I'll get that letter knocking on my door. Wouldn't be the first time somebody's knocked on my door with the letter. There is no formula for success except perhaps unconditional acceptance. See, the reason why I like unconditional is because no matter what, I was showing up. No matter what, I was showing up. And every day I show up, if I have $100,000 in my bank account or if I got a negative in front of my bank account, I show up. And some of you recently been asking me, man, you're so lucky. How you getting all this business? How you doing that? And I say, well, it's going to sound really, really strange where I get my answer. But there's two ways that I've gotten my answer. There's two ways I've gotten my business. God and showing up. That's it. I wish to God I could give you something different. For those of you who are in that darkest days of everything else that you had, I wish I could give you a better answer and tell you to go to this book or do this exact steps and this is what you do. But that is exactly what I've done for the last 6 months. And God will bless you in ways you can't even imagine, because one of my goals in 2026 was to make $100,000 a month each quarter. Needless to say, I didn't hit it the first 2 quarters. But you know what? I get effing really mad when I don't get my stuff. And like Chet said and Tamir says, I just want to freaking win. And I want to win every freaking day. So guess what, all? I don't say this to be boastful. I don't say this to impress anybody. I don't say this because I just share with you my story. But next month, I'll make my $100,000 in 1 month. It's going to be over that, because God blesses you for people who show up. I have more business than I can even possibly imagine. I'm trying to figure out how to balance it right now. You know that story when the apostles come off that boat and they're exhausted and they've been fishing all freaking night and they're just beat up and they had nothing and they're so tired, and there's Jesus just sitting there. If you read the story, he's sitting on the beach cooking his fish. The fish that they're trying to get, he's showing them, I already got what you want. He stops cooking the fish. He goes over to them and says, get back on the boat. Get back on. And not only does he say, get back on the boat, if you read the passage, it says, go to the deep waters. He doesn't say just go around the bend. He doesn't say just go drop your lines over here off the dock. He says, get in the damn boat and go all the way out to the deep end where you just were. Some of you got to go back out to the deep end. And when you go to the deep end, it's not a short trip. It's not like, let me just get on the boat really quickly. It means I got to take my ass out there quite further away than I even wanted to. And I got to retrace my steps. For those of you that don't know the story, and for those of you that know the story, they came back with abundance. Barely could fit all the fish in. The nets were about to break. So when I tell you I pray for each and every one of you, and I say I pray for abundance, I pray for endurance, I truly, truly believe it because I live it. And for those of you who are trying to figure it out, for those of you who are just like, man, what is it can I do? The best compliment you can possibly get in my eyes, or whatever else, at least for me, is when people say, I had no idea you were going through that. I had no clue. And that's just the tip of the problems I had. God has a way of blessing you. The problem is we don't stick through it long enough. We place everything not on unconditional work, unconditional extremes, unconditional life. We place it based off of conditions and how we're feeling, how tired we are, whether things are working out, whether things are good in your relationship, victimhood. We place our production, we place our showing up based off of conditions that we're feeling, external conditions around our life. And I'm telling you today, when I tell you and you watch and you look at my post, to the point, I woke up this morning, I put 4 homes under contract yesterday. And I've been busting my tail on these 4. It has been like back and one of them's $30,000 all. Because I don't give a what home it is, how much it costs. Because this investor's already told me, he's like, man, I've never had anybody work like you. I said, well, to be honest with you, I was a little pissed because you're 28 years old and you're working all hours and you don't have any kids and you kept texting me. And I was just like, I can't get to it. So I'd have to get up a little bit earlier to make sure I started texting you. He goes, yeah, I was going to ask you what time you get up because you're like texting me at 4. And I'm just like, yeah, because you pissed me off because you're up till midnight and you got 3 hours on me. So I'm going to get my tail up a little bit earlier and I'm going to start blowing you up. Because you won't outwork me, kid. That's just how I am. Because I want to win in any capacity, in any single way. And if I'm committed in saying that I'm not taking a dime out of my savings account or anything else, then I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to have to fight through it. And this little man right here is about to get a little spanking. What is it that you need, son?
Are you mad at me?
Yes, I am mad at you. You'll figure it out, though. All right.
Cookie?
Yes, play with Ricky for 5 minutes. No, not right now. The Joyce. This is what we have going on right now. He wants to go play. And the thing is I tell him 27 times, I'm about to do a show. I'm about to do, he like, it's not like the first time I'm doing the show. He's like me. He likes attention and he wants attention. That's what he wants. And so that's what we get it. I'll play with you, Bray. Paul, be careful what you say, buddy. You say that right now by like noon, you'd be like, Brock, I got to get out of here, man. I got a doctor's appointment and yeah, so terrible cough. Got to get out of here. So see, now I got interrupted on what we got, but I hope if I was able to help somebody today, or if you don't even want to put me, maybe you know somebody, maybe you know a friend that's looking, drop a me in the chat. If I was able to just to give you 1 ounce of extra energy today to show up, one way to stop complaining, bitching, whining, focusing on your problem. Where's Latrice? I could say this to Latrice. You know, I'm like, Latrice, all you keep telling me is your problems. You tell me you're focused on the problem, not focused on the solution. Let's focus on the solution. How are we going to get out of this? I said many times, how in the world am I going to get out of this financial issue I got going on here? But we figured it out. We show up and we do it every single day in any capacity, whatever it looks like. Getting up 15 minutes early, going to bed 15 minutes early. That's really the biggest problem I have with people. They don't know when to go to bed. I always ask people, what time you get up? Well, you know, what time you go to bed? Well, I need to be working on that. Well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you then. You know, Wendy was laughing at me the other day. It was like 8:56. I try to start to go to bed at 9 because it usually by the time I like to watch TV, just relax and unwind. So I'm in bed by usually like 9:45, 10 o'clock. And she was funny the other night. She's like, I know, it's bedtime. Gotta check out everybody. She's like, turn off the lights. Time to go to bed. I was like, I didn't say you had to. I'm just like, that's what I'm doing. But that's how I am. Because I got to be ready to rock and roll the next day. I got to be able to go at it the next day. I got to be able to show up and shine no matter what the hell goes on and what takes place. Yesterday before 9 o'clock, I had somebody calling me because we got a roof attic problem. I don't know. I've never had this issue where I had a fire in the attic that nobody knew about. And then we had a mold issue in an attic. I was like, don't bring up any attic conversations with me today. I've already got 2. I'm at my max. Never had mold and fire all at the same time. We figured it out. We don't get upset. We don't get fired up. We just deal with the problem. We write it out. Ethan's on here. He's a young gun. I like Ethan. He shows up. He bitches a little bit about my workout, but we'll get him there. But he wants to do 100 dials. And I'd ask him, where are you with your 100 dials? If I went around the room and asked you, what's your goal? What is it that you want to win at? I think Chet's question that he asked on Wednesday, if you didn't listen to that guy, where do you want to win today? It's one of the greatest questions. I love it. Where do you want to win today? That's what, ever since you said that to me, that's what I say every morning. Where do I want to win today? Where is it going to be? What does it look like? God, where do you want me to win? And Brock, where do you want to win? And sometimes they're not the same, but I don't care either way, as long as I'm striving to win. So I appreciate y'all. And for those of you that maybe have it all put together, put your phone numbers in the chat all. Call somebody today. Check in with them. Ask them how they're doing. See what they got going on. See how their business is going. See how their love life's doing. See if there's anything you can pray for them on. Greatest thing that people call me up on is they ask me, what can I pray for you today? I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing for you to ask me that question. I've never really had that. And now I have people that ask me all the time, what can I pray for you on, Brock? And then I tell them, let me get my list. I don't say that, but we just have a little, let me download that for you. I appreciate those people putting their phone numbers. You're going to help somebody today by just asking them. I saw you on the show. Brock said something about reaching out to people who want to reach out. Tell me a little bit about you and what can I pray for you on today? There's amazing and abundant things out there today, all that you can get after and do. Don't let the conditions affect your success. Come out with unconditional acceptance that it doesn't matter. Guys, it is 8:44. Hopefully you got something out of today. That's what just came out of me with 30 seconds on the show. I haven't seen anything on the chats. I wasn't paying attention because Bryce was there. But if you got something out of today, drop a 5 in the chat. Drop a 5 in the chat if you got something out of today in some capacity, in some way that I'm able to help you. I truly am blessed and thankful that God gives us this platform to be able to come here together in some capacity, in some way. If I can help you in any single way, if you're like, man, I just need to be around this guy, I need to figure it out what it is that he's got going on. If I could just get a slice of it, reach out to me, send me a direct message, take a look at our Facebook. I met with our leaders yesterday. We're going to start using more of our Facebook group, the Brock Zevan's Mindset Motivational Facebook group. It is a private group. So get on that, Jay, if you could put that link in the chat. I've been working on my YouTube channel as well, so that you can go watch some of these recordings that we have on here. Send it to somebody. Be like, man, I just listened to this guy. You need to listen to him. Send that. Go join my, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's continue to invite people. Tomorrow we got an amazing guest. His name is Jamie Knight. He's out of Louisiana. Excuse me. And he is going to be sharing an amazing story. He's been on here before. John Hart texted me as soon as he talked. You need to get him on the show, Brock. You need to get that guy on the show. I said, John Hart, on it. I texted him and he's coming on. I said, bud, you got big shoes to fill because you're after Tamir. He's like, wait, what? I said, sorry, you already said yes to this date. So here you go. So Jamie Knight is going to be on here tomorrow. Really great guy. He went through he's the one that had the twins and had zero That was not in his radar whatsoever. Talk about figuring out. So really excited about having him on the show tomorrow. So share it with people to come back. Guys, I appreciate you. Last but not least, I will put my phone number in the chat. So that way anybody can text me, reach out to me in any capacity. If I coach you today, can't wait to see you. For those in group coaching, can't wait to see you. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being on here. We'll catch up tomorrow at 8:15. Till then, see ya.